Welcome to the Diasporadicals podcast.
This is not enough.
We are African millennials getting together to discuss our lives and experiences as expats living in the UK.
What's your name?
I am Noma Jean. I used to go by Billie Jean, and I'm still not your average.
Just your name.
I am Ranting Ria. I'm sometimes random, and I still have a lot to complain about. Welcome to the Diasporadicals podcast.
Hello, listeners.
Hello.
We're back. We are back for another episode. Happy 2021. If this is the
Happy
first
2021.
if this is the first episode you're listening to in 2021, happy 2021. Hopefully it is better than 2020, but either way, you should be ready for 2021 to bring whatever shit it's going to bring, because you had practice. You had practice.
Yes, exactly. Just be ready for the punches.
You didn't even have 365 days of practice. You had 366 days of practice because 2020 was a leap year. So you had one extra day to prepare.
But hey, listen, but then 2020 wasn't the whole year. 2020 technically started in March. So,
Oh, you mean when all that shit went down?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I have set a reminder in my phone to remind me 23rd of March when London went into lockdown. Because I was like, This is a historic day. So on the 23rd of March, every year, it should be like celebrated as lockdown day, and we all get a day off for all the fucking that we went through in 2020. It needs to be a public holiday. Sadiq Khan, if you're listening to this, make it a public holiday. If you want me to vote for you as mayor, make it a public holiday.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Politics
so what's been up?
Interesting. But the world of politics is up. It's been hella interesting. One of the last things we recorded was what was happening in the US.
Mm-hmm.
And there have been interesting developments. I'm already laughing. Oh my God.
Hilarious. It's
been so funny.
Yes, to say the least.
I mean, if you've seen the title of this episode, you know where this is going.
Your laugh is everything.
Look, I am laughing from, the deepest part of your
gut. Your chest, with your belly laugh.
My diaphragm is vibrating, okay? That's how much I'm laughing. This is a level of Schadenfreude. Exactly, evil scientist laugh. That is exactly how I'm laughing. And I love it.
No, let's share what you're laughing about. What are we talking about?
I'm just laughing about the American white terrorists. I'm using very specific words here. American white terrorists. White terrorists.
Ooh, okay, I felt that.
Just so you don't confuse them with white people. They're
white.
But
terrorists from where? Where did they come from? Please tell us.
Local terrorists. Local.
Homebrew.
Hey. From your locality, eh? Those ones. You know them. You know them ones.
Yes, I know them.
Those ones. It's quite hilarious. I think where we left off at the last time we spoke about US elections, we're talking about how Trump lost and how he refused to concede.
Whew.
Pride comes before a fall.
No, but not that kind of pride. That was massive ego, massive plus. I don't know, narcissistic.
Super narcissistic.
No, even narcissists fall with some sort of grace, but there was no grace to this.
Imagine that guy, that man falling. There's no way there's grace involved.
Okay, I have to admit, when it happened, I was, how Michelle Obama says, when they go low, we go high?
Mm-hmm.
but I really needed to go low that day.
No,
I really
look,
needed to go low. Oh,
I love Michelle. She has said a lot of amazing things. To me, as much as a lot of people like that, I personally think I don't subscribe to when they go low, we go high. When they go low, you punch them down there where they're low. That's what I think. That's what I believe. If they're
oh
assholes,
yes,
it's
be
fine.
ready to go lower. Be ready.
In fact, stamp them down into the ground. Because the damage they do is a lot of the time irreparable.
So yeah, so I did post on one of my social medias, you know, because I was just, I mean, in the days running up to the elections, I saw a few people post, you know, and I think it was very provocatory. Like, I don't think they were genuine maggots.
Oh, wait, what are they posting?
Things like, you know, they posted themselves, and these are Black people, mind you, right? Posting themselves holding a beer, wearing their red MAGA hats. So it was quite disturbing to me.
Why are you following people like that?
It's not following. It's you know, it's social coincidence that I happen to know them.
I'm so sorry.
And it was very disturbing. So when the news came out, I had to retaliate.
How did you retaliate?
I was jumping around. I was celebrating. I posted. I said, for all of you people who've been posting with your funny pictures, trying to be funny, come at me. Come, so I can laugh in your face, please.
Okay.
Step forward.
That's from Trump losing.
Yeah.
Which is even before what has happened now. So you have so much more reason.
No, that was at the time. Even now, I'm just wishing I had saved it for later.
Girl, you have more than enough glee and joy in you.
Oh,
I hope they're ready.
Oh,
because it's coming. Anyway, speaking of it, let's catch our listeners up. So yes, of course, by this point, you know about Rudy Giuliani's gaffes throughout this whole thing and how him and some other idiots from Trump's camp who pretends to be lawyers, I don't even know how they have law degrees, tried to legally challenge the election results, and they lost and lost and lost and lost. I don't know how many times you want to lose, you know? Because look, I'm a firm believer in quantity can get you to quality. Not every time, but quantity can get you to quality. But this is not one of those situations. How many times do you need to lose? Do you like losing?
No, of course not.
Yeah, so why did they keep on going back
to let me tell you what was comedic gold. It was do you know what was so beautiful? I can't remember. It was one of these American talk shows I was watching, and they were showing the Republicans' response 4 years ago when Trump won, and the Democrats were just heartbroken. And they were saying, oh, you guys are such sore losers. Oh, this is so bad. This is terrible. No, get over it. Suck it up. And then now we're looking at the same people. Okay, these are public figures who are now in the, let's say, the Yan position, in a Yan, and they're really taking it badly. They're really
I love it.
Hard. And
I love it. I love it. I love it. I'm like, it's fine. What goes around comes around. See how you like it now, bitches. Anywho,
it's so delicious.
If we're to bring our listeners up to speed, obviously at this point you've probably heard what happened in Georgia. So Georgia was having its Senate runoff elections, and they had the opportunity to put two people into the Senate. Obviously Republican versus Democrat, and thanks to Black people, as usual, coming to save the day
La da
especially
dia.
Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, they should put her
Oh,
in the
black
Supreme Court.
women.
They should put Stacey Abrams in the Supreme Court. I don't even know. This is a no-brainer for me. It's a no-brainer.
Mm,
Just put her there. Assuming she
mm.
has all the right qualifications. Put the lady there. You already have someone who's incredible, incredible. But maybe first she needs to go and sort out the other red states. But Stacey Abrams, what a woman. So she led Georgia Senate runoffs. Yeah, it was a victory for the Democrats.
Hey,
And it was
hey.
beautiful to see for some of us.
Blue lights, blue lights,
Blue
blue
lights.
lights, blue lights,
Yep.
blue
And
lights.
in effect, flipping the Senate blue. I'm sure you know about this by now. And guess who couldn't handle it? Who could not handle it, eh?
Of course, the same person who never can handle it.
Mm. The red snowflakes could not take it. They just couldn't. They couldn't. Do you know what they did? I'm sure you know what they did by this point. They paid money.
It wasn't even just about that.
Mm, mm,
That's not even why they even paid money.
Why did they pay money?
Because they had been encouraged by their supreme leader.
Yeah. And others. It's not just a supreme leader. Supreme leader, etc., and the other minions. They organized, and I think a lot of them organized on social media, including things like Parler, which is supposed to be this alternative to Twitter, where if you're a bad person and want to do bad things and hate people and hate yourself, that's where you end up. They went on there, organized themselves, and they decided they're going to spend money. And I think also there's in some cases they were funded by some politicians, and I saw something about some politicians' wife funding people to actually fly. They got their asses during a pandemic into planes and flew across states all the way to Washington, D.C.
On that note, this I don't know, might be confusing or something. But I must say that I'm proud of them for being able to be organized. I really thought much less of them. You know,
they've always been organized.
No, but then to this level, honey, well done. You got yourself on a flight.
Oh. Wow. Damn. Okay, I see where you're going with this. I don't know. I've seen them organized for things. It worries me a little bit because I'm like, I don't want them to be that organized. I want them to be disorganized.
No.
But anyway, they went on these planes though. They went to these planes and then they thought they were going to a revolution. They thought this was the French Revolution.
We're trying to defend America.
And then they stormed into, honestly, it's like, imagine a bunch of white people from non-London parts of the UK running their butts, getting on trains, because here people won't get themselves on planes. They get on trains to go all the way to Parliament, Westminster, and storm Westminster. Because the question everybody else would look at them and ask is, what are you thinking?
You had the time.
This is what they did. Hey, you're in a pandemic.
You had no, exactly. You left your families. You left your house.
Did Elsa Majimbo make a video about this? I wonder if Elsa
did she? I don't know. Shout out to Elsa. Shout out to Elsa.
Love her.
We love
you.
you.
I'm sure she'd be like, it's a pandemic. You're leaving the house in a pandemic.
For what? For what? Just give up. Eat some crisps.
She eats her crisp. And puts on her broken shades. Love it. Anyway, these people thought they were they thought they were going to change the world. All 50 of them. Although I'm not sure how many you were. They thought they were going to change the world. They thought that's all it takes.
There were so
many.
No,
there was many. There were many of them.
But then you know what I heard? Okay, which was disturbing was among these people. Okay, they might have been predominantly civilians with arms, it being America, but they also included ex-armed forces, ex-people who used to be in the armed forces,
I am not surprised. Well,
I'm not surprised, but then from a tactical perspective, I'm just like, damn, okay, that's dangerous.
Yeah, of course. It is very dangerous. It is very dangerous. They know what they're doing. And the thing is, they were assisted into it. Those people basically like ushered them, the security people at the Capitol
They're like,
ushered them in.
welcome,
If
welcome,
they
sir.
came in,
Red
if they were,
carpet, do you want?
I don't even want to talk about if they were black because we all know the answer to that. But at the end of the day, they ushered them in there. And then they got in, they climbed over walls, they got maced. I'm sure you've seen the video of that lady who
They
got
took
maced. If you haven't
pictures in
seen it,
people's offices.
they took selfies with the security people. Oh my
Oh, I
gosh.
saw that.
They
I
did.
saw that.
They were beaten, but in my opinion, they're not beaten enough. They should have been beaten a lot
No,
more.
no, that was a tap. That was a
Do you
tap.
know what? Do you know
Tap,
what?
tap.
In Africa,
Bad.
if you try to go near some state house in Africa, you die.
Leave a state house. Leave. If you go near these moving barricades, these moving, when they have these vehicles in procession or whatever, right? If you go near one of them, you get shot
die.
on
You
sight.
die. You
On
die.
sight. Excuse me, who are you? What are you doing? What are you trying to do? Hi.
You die.
No. And I'll tell you this, right? This is also from personal experience because a few years ago, I did try to go to the Capitol, right? The level of security that was around that place, I'm like, you know what? I'm not even interested.
Are you talking about the US Capitol?
Yes,
Yeah,
Capitol Hill, Capitol building.
Yeah,
I was in Washington. I went, we stood outside the gates. The first time I went, Obama was not home.
Okay.
Yeah. The second time I went, people were protesting Trump. I was like, peace out.
Wow.
You know, I'm like, okay, that's my.
Makes sense. So yes.
I'm like, yeah.
And then there was this particular lady. I'm not going to use her name at all because I don't think we should ever say her name because they tried to co-opt say her name, which is for about police brutality against Black women, such as Brianna Taylor. They tried to co-opt that to make her look like a victim. But this woman, if you've seen her videos, the one who got shot, she was so full of hate when she was alive. She was so full of hate. She was a raging lunatic. Look, you're not supposed to speak ill of the dead, but the videos I saw, I was like, this is someone who needs help.
I'm glad I didn't see that.
No, don't go looking for them. Listeners, yeah, feel free to go look for them. But no, this woman, I was just like, there's videos of her in a car, ranting in a car. I'm like, can you keep your eyes on the road, please? For your own sake? I'm not the one who's going to crash.
Excuse me, madam. Hello. Please,
she was
hello.
a very angry person. And so there's the video going around of her the moment when she gets shot. I think she got shot in the neck, and she's one of the people who died during this terrorist attack by white people in America, the domestic terrorists. Yeah, so people got shot and died. I know some security people as well got beaten.
That's the thing.
Death.
I mean, when you talk about these white people, I mean, I've been bothered by what they're being referred to or called in the media.
Oh, what are they calling them? Because I just call them white terrorists.
Thank you, so do I. But then
white domestic terrorists.
No, the rioters, Capitol rioters.
Nope, insurrection. Insurrectionists.
It was insurgents. It was domestic terrorism. Call it by its name. It was I know, like, because
that's what they did.
I can't remember which comedian posted this on Twitter recently, but it was just so accurate. You know. You know how you get these color shading, like the powders and stuff, right? And he drew a line between it, and at the top, the two lighter colors is like if you commit a crime. There's a famous cartoon. Or disabled person, or you know, if you're below that, anything below that color line, you're a terrorist. Brown, absolutely. Black, darker, whichever, you know. And it was so telling. It was so
It is
perfect.
true. That is how it works. But I am not in the media, so you know, I'm gonna come correct and call them what they were. They were white terrorists, domestic terrorists. Anyway, so the fun part begins now. This is when it starts to become fun. Because Trump decides he's clever and he goes and records this video, where he expresses his love for these people. Now, I'm not going to use the words that he used. By now, you should have seen the video. If you haven't, I'm sure you can find it. But he expresses his love for them as if they're his kids. You know when you're spoiling your kids and you allow them to get away with bad behavior and you tell
Sweetie,
them how
I
much you
love
love them.
you, but
When they
we can't
misbehave,
do
instead of
this in
smacking them
public.
on the butt.
It's just not okay for mommy and daddy, and you have to behave.
Yep. I mean, I am not advocating for hitting your kids, but in contrast, some other parents would be doing that instead of coddling their spoiled kids. And that's exactly what he did. He coddled
He
them.
basically coddled them. And it was so sickening. And it's not even that. And even what was more annoying to me was he first released that video on Twitter.
Well, well, to be honest, this was the thing that fucked it up for him.
I'm just
This is where
like,
he fucked it up for himself.
really? You could have called so many other news agencies and channels and be like, I'm holding a press conference. This needs to end immediately. Let's talk about this quickly. Come on, let's go. You know?
Or better yet, he could have just shut up.
That is always the best option for these kind of people.
Especially if you support them, that's bad. If you don't support them, they'll hate you. So I'd understand those two positions. I would choose shut up, silence. Go on.
Just
Can you go back and golf?
It's very valuable. You have no idea.
You can go golfing where he always is. Go golf.
Go back. But even hey, while we're talking about golfing, even the people at Mar-a-Lago don't want him to live there.
Yeah. No, even
Did you hear about that?
The Scottish people are also discussing arresting him so he can explain where he got his wealth, because there's these laws about explaining where your wealth came from.
Oh yes.
Okay.
But then that's the thing. I don't know how they're going to do that, because a few months ago I heard that they disowned him as one of their kin or something.
Yeah, this man, I don't know if he has any friends left. Anyway.
No, leave him having friends left. What about first daughter and Mr.? Do those have friends left?
Who knows? You're talking about Jared and Ivanka.
Yes, those two. You think they have friends left after all of this?
Especially after Ivanka and Jared were very big on the votes were illegal thing. And then Eric Trump Jr. as well. I think it's funny. I am enjoying. It's comedy to me. It's comedy because at this point the tide is turning, and it's not turning because people are morally better all of a sudden. It's turning because people are realizing that's the losing side, so they're jumping off a sinking ship. And that's fine with me. I'm okay with that.
I'm enjoying watching it.
Yeah, speaking of people jumping ship, is how all the big social media giants decided to get rid of Trump. Initially, Twitter was like 12-hour ban. 12 hours. They were like, and let me tell you, Twitter was great for 12 hours. It was fantastic.
Mind you,
got the
listeners,
engagement metrics they want. It was great.
That was what I was gonna say. I was like, pay attention, like, to listeners. Like in our last episode, which we recorded like over a month ago, right? It's still in 2020. We were talking about how people have been calling for Twitter to ban people like Trump for months. Since he took office, for years.
Even before he took office, they didn't want him. He started running.
For so long. And so for me, it felt just weird. It's like, oh, just now they're doing it? Really?
Okay.
Oh, for inciting violence. Oh, he's done that already.
Okay, so they claim it's for inciting violence and stuff. That, to me, I understand if they think they're being genuine, that would make sense, because people did die as the result of what he said in one of the most important political buildings in the country. Fine, but let's be honest here. Let's try and be honest. All these social media, it wasn't just Twitter that banned them, because it was the video, like you said, was on Twitter. The video wasn't on Facebook. The video wasn't anywhere else. I mean, I think it was posted elsewhere as well, but he decided to post it on Twitter, right? So I would be like, oh, so Twitter is going to ban him and all the people who were involved in inciting violence. They didn't, though. They only banned him. and maybe a few other people. And then they removed a lot of bots and trolls. So a lot of people like him lost a lot of followers all of a sudden. But they didn't ban those other people. They only banned him, which to me is where my suspicions began. I was like, if you guys are really about getting rid of people who are inciting violence, then you wouldn't just go for Trump, who is the most powerful man in the US based on politics, right? Why didn't you even go for some smaller fish? Why did you go for the big fish? That is suspicious to me.
It doesn't make
then,
sense. No,
and then one by one,
because even for like at least 2, 3, 4 months prior to the banning, you know, Twitter had started attaching like a disclaimer beneath any of his tweets, you know, to say that you know, this tweet or this information is disputed, you know, is being disputed. So, you know, it's kind of like hint, hint, take this with a grain of salt, but legally we have to post it, blah, 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 blah. So I feel like it was already kind of in the works and they were just waiting for the final blow.
You're very right. From a tech perspective, it's not going to take you 5 hours to put in the to put in whatever tech you need to facilitate that button that you press. They have been prepared for this for a long time. They were waiting for an opportunity. And then it's telling that Facebook, everybody else also started banning him one by one. And this is where my theory comes in. It's an alternative theory. There's something called Section 230 in the US, which is basically a law that means that if you're one of these websites or apps or social media sites where people can post their thoughts and opinions, you as the app builder or whatever, you're not liable for what people put on it, right? Basically means you're not going to be regulated for what content is on your platform. They don't want, because you may have seen that there's an antitrust lawsuit against Google and Facebook in the US, and who knows who else is going to get a piece of that. What happens is that right now they are a little scared, in my opinion. I may not be right. I think they're a little scared that Biden and the people he has appointed and all these people with the antitrust laws are going to try to regulate and break up these big tech companies.
Of course, they have to.
So they can look like good guys. They're taking this opportunity to get rid of Trump so they can say, look, we even tried to get rid of Trump. So it's not our fault. We're not the bad guys.
Exactly.
Being regulated.
So timing is everything. But you know what makes
they strike
what makes me laugh? Yeah, these are the US related tech industries. But then you get places like TikTok. Hey,
China.
You know, Trump has been fighting. Trump has been fighting
to be honest, TikTok does not have great, I think he is trying to fight them because they're Chinese, not because they have horrible privacy issues. If he cared about privacy issues, Facebook and Twitter, etc., would also
thank you very much.
So
thank you very
much.
But it's just
and
something
Google,
very
especially Google.
personal. It's something, I don't know, political, racial,
it's
everything.
Political.
All of the
he
above.
wants to get rid of China.
From China.
Yeah, like he said, China virus. But the thing is, he said nothing about the British virus or the South African virus or the Brazilian virus, because they all now have their new.
No,
You've
he
heard
has
the
no
Brazilian...
time right now, girl. He has no time.
He is a whole
Did
president
you see?
of the USA.
Remember we were talking about the U-Haul truck. The real U-Haul trucks have arrived.
Yeah.
They have come. It's moving
there.
It's busy.
Oh, we forgot something. During that actual video that he was talking about expressing his love to his minions and stuff, his trumpets, his maggots. When he was doing that, he actually conceded to, in the same video, he conceded.
Did he?
Yes, he did. He conceded. And the thing is, many people missed that. That would have been news the next day if it hadn't been for the Capitol riots, if it hadn't been for him being banned. Part of the video, he was like, we now have to facilitate a peaceful transition.
Yes, I saw that. But then I didn't, in my brain, it didn't click
ahead, because there was already so much other shit going on that would have been on a different day, that would have been a huge news, but no, it wasn't. But yeah, anyway, he conceded, but he said he's not going to be at the inauguration, which is going to be really, really, really funny.
Wonderful, because Biden was
And
like,
I'm like,
it's okay.
that's fine. So
we
long
don't
as
mind.
exactly,
We don't
so long as the
mind.
security people and the FBI are prepared for more terrorism.
Hey, no, let me tell you, I was watching the news today and they were saying that more US troops right now in the last 24 to 48 hours have been deployed in DC than they are in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Well, that's an improvement.
They are waiting. They are waiting for anything to go down, and it just might. I'm scared for our people, but I'm just like,
me too.
Let shit go down.
If you're a black person, please stay home.
Please stay home.
You don't have to be involved.
Listen to the podcast.
Kamala Harris, please stay home. Listen to the podcast. Well,
she has to be at the inauguration, you know.
No. She should be there. She should be like the Pope in a bulletproof glass.
That's a good idea, you know.
Yeah. Don't be out there don't expose your face. Maybe Biden can expose himself. So if he gets shot, at least you're the backup plan. And then America will have its first not black, but
America will burn down.
First woman president.
That country will burn so fast. You have no idea.
Basically, this is the thing.
We were sleeping and we woke up and you're telling us the president is a black woman.
If these trumpets decide to go and shoot Biden and then Kamala becomes the president and they refuse to have Hillary, they will be wishing they picked Hillary.
They'll be like, Hillary, where you at? Come from the forest. Come back.
If we're from the forest.
Please, we need you.
You're referring to the forest when she was walking in the forest and that person saw her.
She loves her hiking walks.
Come back from the forest. Oh my gosh. Oh. Anyway, let's go back. So do you know what? Obviously, the maggots can never admit that they're the bad guys, even though it's obviously the bad guys. And so who did they decide to blame? Antifa and BLM. Remember the guy with the horns and the furry thing and the paint on his face?
Oh, he's an actor.
He's an actor by profession. Doesn't mean he's not MAGA.
No. Yes, he's MAGA. Yes, for sure.
Yeah, but he's an actor by profession.
I saw a picture of him. Not compared to some character from The Simpsons. I'm like,
no, we know.
Really?
Yeah, he is an actor.
Really?
So it's not the thing is his face crops up a lot. He did when BLM stuff was happening. He was also protesting against them, and I remember seeing his picture for the first time then. So this is not some guy who's an unknown. He's definitely
this guy has
known.
Made money, eh?
He's been around. This guy is around, so he's known. So they were blaming Antifa and BLM. And I mean, there were a few black people in the Capitol building looking
do you know
lost.
what? That actually really disturbed me. That's another thing that disturbed me because I saw this video of people chanting FBLM.
Yeah, and there was a black guy in the video.
He was
I'm okay with it.
And I'm really, are you?
Yeah, because I'm just like, coon's gonna coon.
Okay.
I think you have to come, as a black person, you have to accept that not everybody is going where we're going. Some people will be left behind.
This is true.
So let them be left behind. You don't have to worry about them.
No, but then
whether they or not they buy into the truth doesn't mean that the truth isn't the truth. We know what the truth is. We know that we value ourselves as black people. Yeah. We don't need all black people to believe it. So if you're a listener and you're a coon, I'm so sorry. No, I'm not. You're going to be left behind, and that's okay.
No. Why are you sorry? Why are you feeling sorry for coons?
No, I'm not sorry.
Coons
I'm not sorry.
are related to snitchers.
I'm not sorry.
They're
well,
the same
I don't
family.
mind. You can snitch.
No,
I think snitching is fine.
No.
It depends who you're snitching to.
No.
Okay. All I'm saying is, if you misbehave in my presence, I might snitch on you. So stop. Don't misbehave. The deal is don't misbehave and I'll never have to snitch on you. How about that?
Okay, fine.
The ball is in your court.
You decide. You pick your punishment. How do you want to be punished?
It's up to you. Behave and you'll be fine. Anywho, Yeah, so that was quite hilarious. That was
And
hilarious. They were fake newsing all over Twitter and saying, "Oh, it's Antifa, it's BLM, blah blah blah," blah. And I'm just like,
no, but then it serves them right. It serves them right because I mean, it was their glorious leader who also recently set this who he likes signing things. He signed this order or
executive
something.
orders.
Yeah,
Yeah. So he signed that executive order that people who do stuff like that will go and be in prison for 10 years. But anyway, we'll get into that right in a second, because what really made me laugh. What really made me laugh was how the FBI was asking people on Twitter FBI, to give them information. That made me laugh. Because first of all, Twitter FBI is unmatched. All you have to do is, if someone does something bad to you,
you're the freaking FBI. You're the freaking FBI.
Twitter FBI. I will, especially women.
No, you mean Twitter FBI as in non-real FBI agents who?
Yes, people who are on Twitter who are better than the FBI.
Oh dear.
Yeah. All you have to do is say, so and so did this wrong to me. Here's a photo of them. Help me find them. 2 days later, someone is going to tell you his address and where they work. Twitter FBI is unmatched.
Girl,
so when FBI was like, "Can you help us find these people?" I was just like, because these people are going to do your work for you.
Stupid. Using people who are professional stalkers to find your.
But to be honest, though, I'm very suspicious. The FBI is already spying on us. They're probably listening to this podcast right now. Hi, FBI. Hello. How you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, they're probably listening to this podcast right now. They have a lot of technology. They know who these people are. For them to be asking the public makes me think something shady is going on.
That's lazy.
No, it's not lazy. It's intentional. They're trying to make it look like they don't know what's going on, when they know fully well who these people are. They know who Chad and Brad are, okay? And they know where they live.
Thank you very much. They
know where all these Proud Boys are.
Who Tyrone and Deshaun are. Excuse me, you have to know those guys.
By the way, the big, the fastest growing terrorist groups are right-wing extremists. So they know who these motherfuckers are. The only problem is that these motherfuckers remind them of their brothers and sisters, or they are those brothers and sisters themselves. So they're feeling a bit shy about being open about that. So I thought that was actually funny. But yeah.
Of course. And it's so obvious. It's like the whole world can see it, man. What are you trying to, who are you lying to? Why are you lying for? Why are you lying
my gosh,
for?
did you see the videos of the trumpets who had gone to the insurrection that were they're put on no-fly lists? They're being dragged off. You haven't seen them?
I haven't seen, but I'm not surprised.
Oh my god, it's so funny. Please go to the Crazy Karen's videos and you see them getting kicked off planes and they're crying in airports about how their rights are being violated, and everybody's like, "But you're a terrorist. You can't get on the plane because you're a terrorist." And they're like, "No, I'm a patriot." And they're like, "You're a terrorist. You went to the Capitol building and people got killed."
So wait. Earlier you said they got on planes to come to Capitol.
This is why I brought that up. That is why I brought it up.
Now,
because
how
now
are they going back?
This is why I said look, I was setting up the joke, babe. I was setting up the joke. Okay, I'm a comedian. I was setting up the joke.
Okay,
they got on planes.
Respect.
There. But now they can't go home because they're on no-fly lists. Once they were identified, they couldn't fly.
That's a long-ass road trip.
List. That's what I'm saying. To whatever backwoods you came from. You should have stayed home.
No, number one, you have to rent a car. How are you going to do that?
Now, we all see your face. We all see your face on the news. If you're going to revolution, your revolution better be successful. Because the only option after that is to be arrested.
The revolution will always be televised.
Oh, look, these people televise themselves, not just on Twitter, on Facebook, on Instagram Live, and I'm just thinking to myself, how are you leaving evidence?
Oh Lord,
you remember when we went for BLM protests and we were told, make sure you cover your face?
Sunglasses,
basic
cover,
things.
bandana, everything. check and check. If they notice my ears, I hope the earphones are covering them. It's okay. We go. You know, like, hey.
We're ready. Basic protest stuff. They just went there with their faces.
Lord have mercy.
No, I don't think you should have mercy on these ones.
No. Actually, I take it back. I agree with you.
It's okay. We don't have to have mercy on these ones. It's fine. Sometimes you get what you get because you deserve it.
No, there are some people who are just like, they're literally blunt about it, about their privilege, about, you know, and it becomes very egotistical. Because
I mean, a lot of this is really about ego, not being able to admit that you fucked up and you supported the wrong guy.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I mean, I feel that's also how I feel about, you know, what's going on in Africa right now with some of the elections. Actually, as we record, the Ugandan elections are going on right now, and let me tell you, for as long as I've been alive, I've only known one president. It's
I feel like Kenya at least moved on from Arab Moi, and then he died. So you guys, I feel sorry for you.
No, I mean,
sorry.
That's what I tell people when they say, "Oh, every 4 to 8 years we'll have a different president." Though? I'm like, "Wow, that's interesting."
Museveni keeps fit. If you haven't seen his fitness videos,
this guy
knows how to do. He knows how to work out in his huge office, which is a stadium.
This man is an ex-army man. He's a general. Okay, he's general.
Fit. That's why he's going to live forever.
He has to keep his fitness up. As they say, evil people live forever.
I do. Because even the devil doesn't want them. Anyway, so these white supremacist terrorists are getting kicked off planes, crying about it. I love it. Please keep crying those tears. It's wonderful. Some of them have been getting arrested. Now they have rap sheets. And now we can confirm for sure that none of them are Antifa. None of them are BLM. All of them are maggots.
No.
Have Twitter profiles. I love it. I love this
Let me tell you, no, there was actually one of them who posted a video, I think a few days ago, who was literally proclaiming, he was like, you know what? I've heard that some people are trying to say that it was Antifa, it was BLM, whatever. He's like, I'm here to tell you that it wasn't any of them. It was us.
It was us, MAGA. It was the Proud Boys, I think.
So
and I was just like, great, fantastic. Please, you should also provide your name, the name of your employer,
number,
and your home address, and your
please.
phone number, so we can find you easily. Because I love it when people become a racist with their chests. It's fine. Be racist with your chest. We'll find you.
It's so interesting. I look at these people. I think I look at them in such wonder. I'm just like, wow.
Do you think they're going to be persecuted properly? That's my worry.
Probably not, to be honest with you. Probably not. But then for a show, because they've obviously televised themselves and they've been all over the media and everything, they'll have to make some sort of example out of them. So I don't know. I'm on the fence. They probably might. They probably won't.
Yeah, because Trump had signed that executive order that people like this would get 10 years in prison. He should get 10 years in prison for. He signed the.
Oh wait! His trial is coming. I don't know if he'll get prison time, but his trial is coming.
I can't wait. It will be such a nice day. They should even mark it with a public holiday. Trump in prison day. That would be so nice. Wonderful. Then in the future, you can tell your kids about, Trump in prison day. Oh, you want to know about what Trump in prison day means? Children, let me tell you the story about the big fat orange.
No, the kids might think Trump in prison day might mean that you're trying to hold in a fart.
Why?
Trump.
Oh, prison.
Prison.
Okay, girl. All right. I don't know what you're smoking.
Trying to hold in a fart in prison. Get it?
If you're listening to this podcast, I apologize on her behalf.
No, you do not.
Sorry.
No, you're my girl. You can't do that. You cannot. You are legally you are legally obliged to have my back at all times.
Ria,
No.
you need to know that I am not a fan of toilet humor. But the thing is, the way you just delivered that joke is what's getting me. It's the delivery for me. It's the delivery for me.
Do I need to work on my delivery?
No. Don't do anything with the delivery. Leave it as it is, because that's what's making me.
Okay, we're good. Okay, I understand.
Oh my gosh. Look, me, because I don't like toilet humor, I would never be able to think like that. That's why you had to break it down for me.
And Trump in prison.
What? Come on now. Oh my gosh. Okay.
I'm deep like that. I'm so deep, you guys. I'm so deep.
If you're listening to this podcast, please, hopefully you had the good sense to drink some wine or smoke something before you started, because I don't know how you're. That's how I'm coping. But anyway, so I think yes. Well, anyway, talking about most recent news is that Trump ended up getting impeached. I think at least by the House of Representatives. So he's the first person ever in history to be impeached twice. Now what they need to do is make sure that it's done in such a way that he cannot run for president ever again. Run for any office ever again. That is what will make me.
He can't even run.
No, I think they still need to do some other legal procedures first to pass.
Yeah, but
before...
I mean physically running.
Oh, you see me.
Girl, catch up. Keep up. Come on, let's go.
Okay, I no, it's the Spanish wine that's fucking me up. That's what's going on.
It's called Rioja, darling.
Yes, Rioja wine from Spain is fucking me up.
Say again. Come again.
Rioja.
Okay.
Rioja.
Let's let our Spanish listeners tell us. Let them tell us.
Hey, if you're a Spanish listener, please record a voice note on Twitter or whatever and reply to us with the correct pronunciation, okay? Yes. If I'm fucking it up, tell us. We love it. Give us all the engagement.
I'm fucking it up, tell me.
Yeah, tell us, okay? Good, thank you.
Thank you.
But meanwhile, like you're saying in Africa...
But meanwhile...
Well, I am trying to stick to our notes here, girl.
I'm sorry, I'm having too much fun. Let's go. Okay, we move.
So Ria doesn't get a chance to take the piss when it comes to me much, so I can allow her. I'm having
so much fun.
I'll allow it.
Sorry. Yes.
It's okay. Don't be sorry. It's fine. This is what friendship is for, huh?
I love you.
You can laugh at them. I love you too, babe. All right. So meanwhile, in Africa. So Museveni, as we speak, is running for president. Well, as we speak, we don't even know what's happening because he has shut down the internet.
It is cut off. It's black. It's silence.
You know, and Bobby Wine said this yesterday. He said that they're planning on cutting off the internet. So
they were planning on doing it. I think the government even announced it to people, so people knew what was coming. Because I got a text from my sister. She was like, yo, we're about to black out, yo. Like, hey, peace and love.
Aish. Imagine you're just trying to work, mind your business. You're not even interested in politics.
No, you want to mind your business. You want to be on Facebook, find out what the grannies and aunties and uncles said on Facebook. And then you're just like, this happens. But hey, it's been 1, 2, 3 days. I think 3 days, man. I'd be jonesing, to be honest. I'm a millennial. I'd be jonesing for internet right now.
I hear you.
Much respect to Ugandan brothers and sisters. I really don't know what's going to come out of this election.
Oh, I have a guess. More of the same bullshit. Bobby Wine, I mean, the tweets I saw were about Bobby Wine contesting the results. And then Yeah, Bobby Wine, like I have to please protect him at all costs. I think at this point it's one of those situations where you're like, even if he is faulty and is not fully qualified and has may not be benevolent, geez, people need this kind of hope. They need that kind of
Yeah,
change.
yeah. And
Like you said
he's a
earlier,
people's
Uganda
person.
has exactly as you said, Uganda's only had one president for I don't know how fucking long.
And it's time
Have
for a
you
change.
honestly, Idi Amin and then who? Who came before Museveni?
I can't even remember.
You see, this is how bad
I'm
it
such
is.
a terrible patriot.
No, I
Excuse
don't even
me,
think that's what it's
my
about because I'm just
Ugandanism.
like, no,
But
because those
there's been between Museveni since independence, right? I'd say there'd been about 6 or 7 presidents maximum.
Are you sure about that?
Yeah,
When did Uganda get independence?
I don't know.
No, girl, you're acting like that's like single term. No, Africans never do single term.
Wait, let me tell you, it wasn't even
Please
single term. I
Google,
remember there's
tell
even
us.
a Ugandan president. I'll edit this out. There's even a Ugandan president that was in office for 1 week or 2 weeks or something like that.
Oh, okay. So is that one who had a short term as a result of?
Yeah, and there was Milton
Coup
Obote.
d'etat, usually. Hey, I do remember that one. Oh, I just went on Wikipedia and they're saying succession to the throne was the same as the succession to the British throne. Monarch from 1962 to 1963 was Queen Elizabeth II. Yuck, 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 yuck. And then you had Governor General Walter Coates, a white guy, obviously. And then you had Edward Mutesa.
Yeah, okay, so start counting from Mutesa.
And then Milton Obote, that's what I know.
Yes.
And then Idi Amin.
Yes. That's
and
2.
Yusuf Lule.
Yes. 3.
And then Godfrey Binaisa.
That's the one who lasted very short time.
Ish. And then, yeah, well, his position was abolished. And then Paulo Mwanga.
Yep. 5.
And then Milton Obote again.
Yes.
Repeat.
That's 6. That's number 6.
And then General Basilio Olara Okello.
Olara Okello. Yes, he was another na.
And then General Tito Okello.
8.
Because I know Africans don't say title.
See, that's number
Tito.
8. Counting those
and then
ones.
You had Yoweri. And then Yoweri has been there since 1986. I almost said 1886.
Yes, before I was born. That's what I'm trying to say.
Sir, your time is up.
You get what I mean? But before him, there were like, okay, let's say.
Oh my God, 6 prime ministers have served under Museveni. 6.
Including his own wife.
He's been in office for 34 years and 355 days. So in 10 days, he'd have been there for 35 years, which is too fucking much.
Yeah.
Dude, you need to leave.
Thank you.
Are you not tired?
We're trying to
tell
him.
You don't need a career change. Don't you need a career change?
No, just even retire. Retire. Just go and raise your cows. Or something.
Do you not have other aspirations in life? Do you not have other hobbies? By the way, listeners, if you're in Clubhouse, we definitely will be coming to Clubhouse very, very soon. We are on Clubhouse, but I think we want to go on there as Diasporadicals, so you can join in on our conversations. We will likely collaborate with our good ladies at Single Talks. Well, Talking Single podcast. I can't talk. I've had too much alcohol. Don't
blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah. Good one from you. Look, I have a ghost. Did you just see what happened?
What ghost? What happened?
The lights in my bedroom where I record keep going off, and they're off now.
That's called electrical interference.
Hey, so this ghost has decided, girl, it's time for you to go to bed. Bitch, maybe you're drinking too much wine, bitch.
Your ghost tells you when to go to sleep.
Can you stop shading the king of Uganda?
I don't have that ghost.
This is creepy. Yeah, I'm going to need to... This is creepy shit.
Yeah,
the lights have been turned off.
Listeners, thank you once again for tuning in. We're going to wrap it up for today.
Yeah. Oh, and yeah, find us on all the socials, and very soon we'll be coming to Clubhouse. So look
Woohoo!
out for that. Oh, and definitely follow our social media, our new social media manager. She's a very funny person. If you
I love
interact
her.
with our social media, you already know her personality. She's a little bit crazy, but that's why she got the job. And yeah, follow her.
She is a radical.
Yeah. Her name is Mai, and you can find her handle on our Twitter, and she has been looking after our social media. And yeah, follow her because
Yeah,
I
so
think
yeah, but
she's
first you need to follow us. So our
yes, follow
Twitter
Diasporadicals. If you follow her, she'll
is,
tell you to follow us.
yeah. So our Twitter is Diasporadicals, and we're also on Instagram as Diasporadicals Pod, Podbean as the Diasporadicals Podcast.
Actually, all the spot the podcast podcast providers, all of them, we are the Diasporadicals podcast. So hopefully you can spell that Diasporadicals podcast, and you'll find us everywhere. If you find us on social media, you'll find a link to all our other places. So don't worry about it too much. And tell your friends to listen. It's 2021. Please be generous. Thank you so much for your support, and make sure you get other people to listen. Just share with one or two people, or all the people you know. It's
You
fine.
never know. You
It's
never
fine.
know.
Broadcast on WhatsApp before WhatsApp becomes a shady place, as Facebook is hoping very soon. I'm moving to Signal, but that's a whole other conversation. But yes,
I'm with you, girl. Let's
find
go.
us on social media. Thank you so much. Happy 2021. Look, it's off to a good start. Look, Trump is gone. Okay.
Happy
And very
2021.
soon they'll have Inauguration Day, and we can all laugh or we can all cry if they decide to start shooting at Biden and Kamala, but we'll see what happens. Okay.
I really hope not. Okay. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao, ciao.